guys, Schmidt here. Welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk to you guys about the potential of Black Ops 4 having crossplay. Now, of course, crossplay has been something that's been talked about for the longest time, and it's especially been talked about a lot over the last year or so because the most popular game in the world, Fortnite, integrated it so long ago. They allowed Xbox, PC, Nintendo Switch, mobile, all to be able to play intertwined with themselves. They could combine through Fortnite and be able to play together. So no matter what console you were on, you could play with an Xbox player, a mobile player, a Switch player, and a PC player. You could play with 4 different consoles all in one party and all be able to play together. So it didn't really matter what you were playing on, unless you were playing on PlayStation, because Sony was blocking PlayStation from being involved in this whole crossplay. But now, as of just a couple days ago, Sony has now made it possible to do crossplay on Fortnite with the other consoles. Actually, I take that back. I think right now, if I'm correct, it's in beta, and I think you can only do it between PlayStation and Xbox. I don't think you can do PlayStation with all the other consoles. Correct me if I'm wrong down below in the comments. But as far as I know, that's where it's at right now. But, you know, sooner rather than later, it's going to be available throughout all consoles. So no matter what you play on for Fortnite, you're going to be able to play with other people no matter what console they're on. And with Call of Duty doing a Battle Royale this year, a lot of the talk with how they're going to do it is how they're going to be able to do a lot of the great things that Fortnite does, being crossplay, being free to play, a lot of the things that has made Fortnite the most popular game in the world. How is Call of Duty going to stack up with those things so that they can compete? Well, I think at least as of right now, we can throw free to play out the window with Activision being the publisher of Call of Duty. I don't see that coming anytime soon. Crossplay, on the other hand, maybe has some potential to happen. And for the longest time, we've just heard that it's not possible, it's not coming. In fact, we had that Game Informer interview with David Vonderhaar not too long ago, and it didn't sound like it was anything in the plans. But now, as of recently, especially with PlayStation hopping on with this whole crossplay thing with Fortnite, it looks like there may be a glimmer of hope for this one day happening. I don't know if it could happen with Black Ops 4. That would be amazing, and hopefully they can get things sped up to and have the process to be able to do that at some point through this year. But it looks like at least now we're getting some consideration from Activision about possibly putting this through. I guess it's unfair to kind of pin this on Activision because from the sounds of it, all the other platforms are totally cool with it except for Sony and PlayStation. So hopefully they can get Sony to agree with it. Fortnite was able to do that. We'll have to see what happens with Call of Duty, but we just got some word from Activision about crossplay the other day following this news of PlayStation integrating crossplay, and the news actually came straight from Charlie Intel, and it's a direct quote from Activision. So Activision says there's a lot of work to do before the possibility of enabling crossplay throughout their titles, and they're going to wait and see how these tests perform in other games. What I'm thinking they mean by this is they're waiting to see if PlayStation is okay with it following them adding it in Fortnite, which is better than the news we've had ever before with crossplay with Call of Duty. We've always heard that it's never been thought of, not in the works, not going to be coming, but now there at least appears to be a glimmer of hope here. This is the great thing I love about Fortnite, is it's just reshaping the gaming scene. You don't have to like the game, but it's doing wonders for everything in gaming right now, and if it can one day bring crossplay to Call of Duty and hopefully Black Ops 4, that would be fantastic. And for those of you that don't really see the reason for crossplay coming, I can think of 2 big advantages here. One is just a bigger overall player base. You're not really split between, like, you can only play on the Xbox player base or the PlayStation player base or the PC player base. They're available to everybody. Now, I'm hoping that if they do enable this crossplay, it doesn't work with PC, or you have to have like the mouse and keyboard thing on a console to be able to get with PC, or something of that sort. As long as it works like Fortnite does, to where like you have to have some, like either a PC player in your lobby or you have to have a mouse and keyboard plugged in. I don't want to play on console and be able to play against other people that have like mouse and keyboards on PC. You know, I don't want that to happen because they're at a huge advantage. But if they could at least enable it between Xbox and PlayStation 4, that would be fantastic. So like I said, it improves the player base. We go from, you know, a set player base on each console to a total overall player base, similar to how you're going to see on Fortnite and how you've seen on Rocket League, for example. So there's many more players to be able to go against. And not only does this help in the traditional multiplayer, but this also helps big time in Battle Royale. It's just more and more people that you can play against, you have the possibility of playing with. It will make match times a lot faster because there's a lot more people that you're going to have available to be able to play with and against. And the other big advantage is if you have a friend that's on another console, you're able to play with them. Now, I would say the majority of people that I know are on Xbox. Maybe that's not true. I'm not totally sure. But even then, I know that can be a deciding factor in console sometimes, is getting the same console with the friends you play with. But with crossplay being enabled, it just kind of eliminates that, or alleviates it a little bit for specific games. And that's a big thing, because I'm sure at some point all of us have gone through the, hey man, do you have this game? Have you ever played this game before? Yeah man, what console do you play on? And you guys don't play on the same console, so you're not able to play with each other. With crossplay, none of that matters, and especially with how big Battle Royale is getting right now, have you seen with Fortnite, like, it doesn't really matter what console you play on. If that same thing could happen with Call of Duty, and with Blackout looking to be a big thing this year, that could more so play into the willingness for people to want to play that game. But to me, I think there's only positives here. And so I'm really hoping that Activision and Sony can work this thing out to make this happen. One thing that would be weird and might hold this off is the big exclusivity thing that they have going on. It would be kind of weird to have crossplay, but to have DLC go first to one console. I mean, you could make it work. It'd just be like playing on the same console, but somebody doesn't have the DLC, you're just not able to play on it. But it would just be weird. It's like you can work out a thing to where all the consoles can play together, but they can't have all DLC at the same time. That's a weird one. But hopefully they can work that out. I mean, it could only be great things for Call of Duty, and especially with Battle Royale this year, that would help out a lot. But anyway, I want to know your guys' thoughts down below. Do you think it's ever possible that we could see crossplay for Call of Duty? Do you think Sony's just not going to let it happen? Do you think this whole exclusivity thing is going to keep it from happening? Or do you see it potentially coming very soon, and even with Black Ops 4, now that it's been totally allowed through all consoles with Fortnite? But anyway, that's going to do it for today's video, guys. If you enjoyed, make sure to smack the like button down below. If you guys are new to the channel and looking for more video content, you guys know the right place. Hit the subscribe button down below as well. And turn notifications on so you guys know when these videos go live. Hopefully you guys all have a good one. I will see you guys on another video. So long, everybody.